Hi everyone, today I'm going to watch Harry Potter 20th anniversary Return to Hogwarts. Okay, it's not like the full film, it's only, as I understand, comments of actors about filming and all process. I watched Harry Potter 1 month ago, like 1 to 8 parts, and now we will watch some film about all this process, feelings, emotions of actors, and I think it will be so interesting. All actors become more older, and it's so amazing for me to watch them like with their hair on face. Oh my god. Okay, subscribe my channel, and I have a Patreon where you can see my full reactions. Let's go. Oh, this atmosphere. Oh my god, London. I was missing. Neville. Oh. Hogwarts. After all these years. Oh, let's go. Ah. It's Harry Potter, it's Harry Potter, yeah! Let's go. This sound.
Last time we were here, you were shorter. I'm just very, very slightly. That's kind of you to say.
When the books came out, the queues of kids round the block. I mean, thousands of them all waiting for the latest one.
Ah, so cool.
My dad used to do all the voices, and my brother and I just became obsessed. We would just beg him to keep going, and every time he'd finish a chapter, we'd be like, one more, please, just one more, please, one more.
So cool that they were reading books. They did not know that they become like Hermione, Harry Potter, and Ron. They did not know that.
The writing was so vivid, the characters so relatable.
It was such an intricately,
so
perfectly designed universe.
One of the many reasons I admire J.K. so much is that millions would now read books who would never have lifted a book up in their lives. And you suddenly realize the power of writing.
The new Harry Potter film are looking for children to play the 3 main roles in the multi-million-pound film.
And of course, while there's still one gentleman holding a boom mic straight over our heads, and this little girl asked me, "What's that?" I think he even said, "It's a mic, duh."
Oh.
I remember it because it was Emma.
I always knew that I was going for Hermione, in a way that I think terrified my parents, because they were like, what are we going to do with her if she doesn't get the part?
My hotel room in London, one night watching the BBC version of David Copperfield. Immediately a light bulb went off in my head and I said, this is Harry Potter. This is the kid I've been looking for months.
Let's go.
His parents do not want him involved in this world. They
Why?
want him to take this role.
All 7 films, and they would be filmed in LA. So mum and dad were like, no, that's like a huge disruption to his life.
Too hard
David Heyman,
for him.
Dan's father, to bring Dan in for an audition, and that's basically when we got our Harry Potter.
That's a dragon egg.
What is it?
That's what that is.
What is that?
Dragon egg.
Cool.
I checked this out first term for a bit of light reading. This is light. Up. Filch comes around the corner any second now. The what? Oh, honestly, don't you two read?
Good job.
Let's go.
It feels like no time has passed and loads of time has passed simultaneously.
I understand.
It doesn't feel like much time has passed. It doesn't feel like we've kind of earned a reunion yet.
I know.
I have had kidney stones and a baby, so time has obviously passed.
You did mention
collection of like shared memories and stuff that we just all did together that is immediately very easy to be like to sort of slip back into where you were. Our first audition, the day we all met. Cool, so we're announcing you've got the parts. There is now going to be a lot of media outside your house, so you can't go home.
So 5.
Emma was arguably the smartest person on the set. I'm not talking about everybody. She was a brilliant kid.
I think I'm scared.
It's true, it's true.
Rupert is just the most camera-ready 12-year-old boy in the world.
But how? Only 20 years old and all this. How? Not any 20 years old guy is going to do that. This atmosphere.
The first several weeks on the film, the kids are basically in shock. When you turn away from her this time, you turn away, grab hold of this.
How hard to film all these kids, like they're kids. It's so hard to film them, to organize them all, you understand?
They say a line and then they'd smile at the camera, or they were just so happy to be in a Harry Potter film that they couldn't contain their excitement long enough to focus on an entire scene.
But it's not easy because it takes a tremendous amount of patience with kids, particularly with kids as hyperactive and as excitable as we all were.
And kids had so big emotions of all this process and of all this universe of Harry Potter, like they are in the book. And this feeling, how they can film. If I was kid at that moment, I'm only running from that side to this side. All the Hogwarts I running, and I did not walk.
That was no stranger Hagrid met in the village. It was Snape, which means he knows how to get past Fluffy. And with Dumbledore gone...
Good afternoon.
When I think of the people that I got to just grow up around and hear them interact and hear the quickness of people.
Yeah.
I've tried absolutely everything. I've tried creams, I've tried jellies, I tried shaving. Every moment I woke up, it's like, my husband is threatening to leave me.
Well, we spent so much time together.
I know. I spent more time with you than I did with my own children.
I know.
Oh.
I keep thinking about that scene where I get called a mudblood.
Yes.
And you were so sweet with me that day.
Yeah.
It was like my first, big piece of acting.
Some of the sets on Potter were overwhelming to me, and I've been doing it for 35 years.
Yeah, it's true. It's really amazing.
A lot of those scenes with 250 extras, and they're all about 18 and trampling around, and you're not going to put a plastic floor down. It's got to be the real stuff.
So big area.
One of my favourite moments on set ever was the moment when all the floating candles started burning through the ropes that tied them to the ceiling and just started falling around the Great Hall.
Hundreds of real candles that were really lit.
The hardest scene to shoot was Quidditch, and the audience had to understand the rules immediately.
Yeah, rules so hard for me. So hard. And I think for everyone.
I'm not going home. Not really.
I still get tears in my eyes thinking about it. I thought, this kid is an amazing actor.
Yeah, it's true. They all amazing actors. So sad that this white guy will be dead in the last part. So sad.
I always loved any scene where the kind of Weasleys were all together, like the Burrow scenes. It just had this frenetic energy. Everyone kind of played off each other.
They really looks like real family.
I feel like being a Weasley is the best part of being Harry Potter. We had like our Hogwarts family, but
Yeah,
I feel like it's so
yeah.
special having an actual house.
Oh, Julie's brilliant to work with. We used to arrive and say, hello, Mummy. Hello, Daddy.
They would bounce off each other.
Dumbledore
Cool. Would you?
Dumbledore must know you're here,
And then you see the complete opposite with the Malfoys.
Yeah, it's always such a good comparison, the two families.
I mean, you've got like
side by side,
a real
yeah.
chalk and cheese side of it.
Now, Draco, play nicely.
Yeah. Young Malfoy and old Malfoy both said like Potter.
I read through gritted teeth, was deeply bitter. And of course, that's exactly what was necessary, and they asked me to play Lucius.
Yeah, it's
Thank
film.
God they
It's
did.
okay.
Red hair and a hand-me-down robe. You must be a Weasley.
He's the product of his parents. If Hagrid was your first influence, chances are you're going to be all right there, mate. You're going to be lovely and very huggy.
Isn't he beautiful?
Yeah.
Oh, bless him. Look, he knows his mummy.
If your dad is a psychopath wielding a cobra cane about, you're probably not going to be the friendliest geezer.
Yeah. If your father is a dark side guy, a lot of persons that you will be a dark side too.
Draco touched something, and I used this cane, and I went... but I didn't know how sharp the teeth were. And they went right into little Tom's hands.
Oh.
Eyes welled
Oh
with tears.
no.
Yes, father.
And I went, Tom, I'm so sorry. I didn't realise how sharp they were and how heavy it was. And he went, no, it's all right. It's good for the scene.
He'd be this evil father, and he'll come and give you a cuddle and say, "Oh, did I hit you too hard? Did I hit you too hard?" It's real, Jekyll and Hyde, that one.
It's so hard for a young guy to see like bad guy in film and good guy in real life, and 1 second he's bad and other second he's good, and so crazy.
Real take.
Dobby.
Thank you. Looks to be all around. Swing my leg out.
Oh, this moment.
Master has presented Dobby with clothes.
Dobby is free now.
We had a animatronic version of Fox the Phoenix,
Oh
and it was
my
this
God.
big red bird that doesn't exist.
That does
in
not
life.
exist.
Richard came in and looked at the Phoenix and said, "Wow, they train these animals marvelously these days."
Because they had a camera inside the eye, so they could see Richard looking at it. We never told him.
No, we never told him.
No.
He just thought it was a real bird. It was insane that we were part of that.
You know, thank you so much.
It's been the greatest experience of my life.
It's true.
We have a killer on the loose.
Sirius Black, you mean? But what's he got to do with me?
Oh, I really want to rewatch this. All these films.
Now remember, guys, that you have to take care of your frogs. For Azkaban, it's
these frogs.
In the first two, Harry is still a child. There is a greater optimism. Nevertheless, when he turns 13, there is a big cloud that overshadows everything around Harry. And we needed to convey that also stylistically.
Scary moment from third part.
It was a much darker kind of story.
Yeah. First and second part was so good. Everyone is happy. There were some troubles, but everything was okay. And from third part, it's become more and more bad.
When was Azkaban? How old were you?
14.
Really? When we first met?
Yeah.
I think I had a natural sort of paternal thing.
So funny that he said like it was a father moment, and after these words we see a scene when Harry like Sirius Black his father. Okay.
You could see in the way that Dan looked at Gary the adulation and the respect that he had for him.
I feel like me, Rupert, and Emma were just like watching tennis in that scene, just being like, this is acting, guys. This is what we're meant to be working towards.
Yeah, let's go.
It's a very long scene. It's a scene in which there are a lot of twists inside the scene.
Yeah,
and it was so much fun.
Hard scene for first time. Hard to understand.
He's painted as this villainous guy, and then has the switch where you go, oh, he was set up, and he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Rickman would have an in, wouldn't he?
Did, yeah. And he never told Chris, never told anyone. Chris would literally say to him, why are you doing that like that? He said, I'll tell you later.
Exercise where he asked us to write an essay in character.
And after about sort of a half a side of A4, I was like, I feel like you've pretty much covered everything. Like, Joe's written a good 500 pages about this, but I feel like this one pretty much.
Of course, Emma writes like 12 pages.
Oh my god, 12 pages.
I didn't do it.
And I said, Rupert, where's your assignment? It says, well, I thought that Ron wouldn't do it.
Let's go. 300 IQ.
Yeah, it's just wrong 100%.
Yeah. Big brain.
It more than any other experience. You never have that in the movies because you'd work with a bunch of people and you get friendly with them, and then but with Potter you would come back and that's what made it.
And they come back after 20 years.
With the fourth film, we wanted a British director.
Mike is just this excited, loud, passionate man.
Let's go.
He was a perfect director for that film.
We were doing the scene when Fred and George are rejected from entering the Triwizard Tournament, and then we had these wigs on and beards on, what looked like old men. And Mike said, okay, so I think you guys are really annoyed with each other. I think you should have a fight about this. Mike just came over and said, no.
Okay, who wants to fight?
And like an idiot, I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Well, of course, I was a tubby 60-year-old gent at that stage. I really shouldn't have done it.
And so he dived on me.
I remember gripping him round the waist.
Let's go.
Trying to fling him about and so forth, and cracked a couple of ribs. Everybody felt much better for that.
You know when you shouldn't break a director's rib?
Film is just all about teenagers, you know, having crushes for the first time, asking someone to the date.
Yeah, first relationships, first dating.
She sent me this many kisses back. What do I do? This is a nightmare.
We had that kind of older brother, younger sister thing.
It was a very interesting film in terms of a lot of hormones flying around.
A bunch of like hormonal teenagers anyway, and then like bring in two massive groups of new people. All of them are like purposefully hot for the film.
It's interesting, had they real relationships on the filming process? Like maybe Harry with some girl? A lot of girls. And Harry, Ron.
The Yule Ball is first and foremost a dance.
So funny moment.
Place your right hand on my waist.
What? The kid's 14 and he knows how to get a laugh. It's great.
I'd never danced with a lady.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a very new thing. There was this whole like dance routine planned.
We were like, oh, do you know your steps? No, you know, the routine. Like we've all been doing a routine for like the past 6 weeks or something like that.
Just trying to build the pressure.
One of the most enchanting days was the Great Ball, because there was all these incredibly beautiful young people, perfectly dressed.
And Ron in his dress.
She looks beautiful. I think for the first time,
Harry this
and
moment.
Ron, particularly Ron, see Hermione as a young woman.
Yeah.
I just knew it was the like duckling becomes a swan moment. I knew there was just like all of this pressure suddenly. Mike Newell coached me to walk down the stairs in the dress. Your arms are swinging too much. You're walking too quickly. You need to walk slower.
Hard.
And of course, I fell down the stairs.
No.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Stylish. Lucky man.
Emma and I have always loved each other, really.
I just don't know how to say it. I just fell in love with him.
Oh.
The hair and makeup chair.
I didn't know that.
I used to come in every day and look for his number on the call sheet. It was number 7.
Oh,
And
so cool.
if his number was on the call sheet, it was an extra exciting day. And he was like, "You're like my little sister."
I became very protective over her. Yeah, I've always had a soft spot for her, and that continues to the day.
Oh my god.
Nothing has ever happened romantically with us. We just love each other. That's all I can say about that.
So cool.
1, 2, 3.
And this moment of death of this guy. So scary scene.
And suddenly there is Voldemort.
First meet, like, normal Voldemort.
I said, Martha, I don't know about this Harry Potter thing. Voldemort, what's that? What? You're being asked to play Voldemort? You've got to do it!
Let's go.
So there was the voice, the sort of snake-like whispered, husky something that I suppose a sort of whispering voice. Breath.
Snake voice.
He does have a nose, spoiler alert, and he was covered in stickers. It took about 3 hours in makeup, the painting of the hands, the nails, the teeth, and even with my nose, I've felt.
One of the people that you assume is going to be very important in the story is Cedric Diggory.
Yeah. This moment.
And Harry, he manages to take the body.
And that moment. Oh my god.
Back at the end of the competition, and Cedric Diggory's father believes that his
and
son
everyone, let's go, and
then he realizes
and he's
that
dead.
He is dead, and he howls like a dog.
Yeah. So hard moment. No.
And suddenly you realize that this movie is not about life, it's about death.
It's true.
That's a scene I remember really distinctly going like, oh, these are kids' films. Oh my god, there's some challenging stuff in there. He's back!
Hard.
He's back!
So hard.
Oh, look, they really don't look very well.
They're all filthy.
Oh, these guys.
Okay, now you can be Harry Potter.
She's so funny.
We're snogging down here.
In the sense that I always ended up holding your coffee. I do love you.
Then what does it say?
She's so funny.
We can share this now. I said, I do love you, and I just wish I'd been born 10 years earlier. I might have been able
Oh my god.
Thanks for being cool.
Isn't it nice? No, I shall always show
Oh.
you.
Thank you.
It's 11 years and
yeah,
it smells a bit wishy.
Oh.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you remember me?
I remember this is,
I remember trying to be in charge of the scene and her just having the best time. She was just allowed to do anything she wanted. She could cackle, she could jump up and down. Calm down.
You filthy off blood!
It's not right, it's just a curious lad, aren't you? I kept on wanting to go, shut up.
I killed you, didn't I?
You killed me.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Had to be done.
That moment.
They noticed when we were 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And when you came in, by that point, I was like 15, 16.
Yeah.
So, like, you and Gary and David, like, would
Yeah.
treat us more like adults.
By the time we get to Order of the Phoenix, the world is becoming more political, and I felt we needed a director.
There were a lot of some political moments. A lot of.
You say much more and you might as well induct him into the order straight away.
Good, I want to join. If Voldemort's raising an army, then I want to fight.
David and the studio spoke to me about was Emma is not sure she wants to come back to do another Potter.
Oh.
Harry! Darren and Rupert, they had each other. I had my cronies, whereas Emma was not only younger, she was by herself.
Oh.
As a 14-year-old boy, I was never going to turn around to another 14-year-old and be like, hey, how you doing? Like, is everything okay?
It's so hard for children, really.
What life would be like if I called it a day. But we never really spoke about it. I guess we were just kind of going through it.
Oh my god.
Kind of in the moment at the time.
I was writing to J.K. Rowling since I was about 11 years old to say thank you to her, to say, luckily for me, she read the letter and responded to it. So I'm one of the very lucky few people who...
It's amazing,
say J.K.
really.
Rowling was
How many girls are writing to John Rowling and only one?
I remember him talking to me, and I kept forgetting that I have to talk back to him because I'm so used to watching him on a screen. So I would just kind of be like... I think that contributed to the whole Luna Lovegood vibe because she is a bit spacey.
Yeah.
And then he found this secret world of oddbods, of misfits, of people who had this strange power but who still had enormous humanity and depth and vulnerability. So it was quite liberating to see your oddness as a superpower represented on screen.
Yeah, strange people is not bad. They are also good.
Mummy, have you seen my jumper?
Yes, dear, it was on the cat.
Hello.
Entangling with it the whole Weasley family and Harry essentially becoming a Weasley himself.
Yeah. Harry Weasley.
Everyone on this set has known you for about 6 or 7 years and they watch you grow up. And they're now going to just watch you kiss. Cool, yeah.
Yeah. Cringe moment, okay.
Did you get anything? Because I stole quite a lot.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't
should have
learn
told
that.
you.
I'm quite reassured by that because I was definitely trying to steal my wand.
You know they don't work, Tom.
Well, I've been assured that in time, with enough practice,
She's every time laughing.
But it's quite funny looking back at it now.
When you do your spell, it will blow up. And I was actually really surprised and scared by my own reaction because I thought, wow.
Oh no, Hagrid house.
The child who hasn't received affection, the enabling love of the parent or the adult, can develop this anger and hatred at the world and goes to the dark side.
And it's all from his parents.
What Draco's journey is to do with whether he is or isn't trying to please his father.
In the 6th film, they make him do the worst thing ever, or to attempt the worst thing ever of killing Dumbledore, and obviously we see him
Yeah. He can't. His hand is shaking so hard.
If we can get just 1% of empathy or sympathy for him, then we'll have done our job.
Oh.
Draco is the hero. Harry's always going to do the right thing. Harry's always going to make the right choice. There's never really any dilemma for him. Draco breaks the chains of this terrible family.
Yeah. Draco always has some choice. And he's always thinking, do this thing or that.
Please.
Oh my god.
Avada Kedavra.
And this please, like, kill me. Not, like, not kill me and kill me.
Helen and Alan and Richard and...
Yeah. They're like family. You can grieve in the same way.
Yeah.
Just too soon.
Yeah.
Sad.
He was this devilish 11-year-old trapped in a 70-plus-year-old man's body.
Oh my god.
12, please.
He just had that glint in his eye, which made him the perfect Dumbledore, by the way. He was brutally
And it's
hilarious.
really rare.
He embraced his wickedness with such verve and passion.
His passing was the one that has affected me most because he was generous with knowledge. He was just like wanted to share everything with you. I feel really lucky to have some, you know, some little bit of touch with the amount of just amazing people that have passed.
Yeah, yeah.
I knew that absolute legend.
Yeah.
I know I ought not to be here.
How many people dead?
I just met the best actress I've ever seen in my life.
Come.
I feel lucky to have worked with her and shared just so much, frankly.
She was so young
laughter on the
when she died.
She had this ability, yeah, just to sort of...
I did not know that she's dead.
I was a little intimidated by him, his precision, his expert delivery of lines, and we sort of went toe to toe in a funny way, you know, Snape.
The ones that love us never really leave us. And you can always find them in here.
It's true. How many guys? How many guys?
Remember my hamster? Did anyone remember my hamster?
Yes.
Millie.
Yeah, I didn't remember the hamster's name. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Rest in peace, Millie.
I remember
you. They made a coffin for it, the carpentry department.
When Millie died, the set designers built Millie her own custom-made wooden coffin.
Oh my god.
On the inside of it.
Did we do like a service? I feel like we said a few words.
I kept wanting to pick up dead Millie and like stroke and touch dead Millie. And he was like, Emma, Millie's got to like stay in the coffin now.
I forgot.
Rest in peace.
No one else can really quite understand what we experience. It's a very unique thing. I think David Yates used to describe us as astronauts because no one else has really experienced this on this scale and will be kind of forever bonded by that.
Yeah, forever, really. It's really forever. So historical film. Like, after 50 years, everyone will know about Harry Potter, really.
It was like the three of us could communicate without even having to say anything. We just knew what needed to be done. We
So
were each
close
very
connect
strong
between them.
for each other.
These films had a very different feel. We were away from Hogwarts a lot of the time, camping out in different places. The tone was a lot darker. It felt like a different film.
The most depressive part.
A scene that I thought was going to be really awkward and I wasn't sure about at all, which was us doing our dance. Like, now that's one of my favourite scenes from the whole of the series.
Well, it's also an interesting scene because, like, first of all, we were doing Harry Potter films, and then on the last movie, the director came in and was like, hey, how about you do slow dancing to Nick Cave for 5 minutes? You're like, wait, what movie are we working on? Like, great, but okay.
But it's so hard scene, really. I had some hard emotions when I watched this. Everything is so bad, and they dancing because they can't.
For me, running is a stunt. Walking is a stunt.
Okay.
And you are?
Ron Weasley.
Pleasure.
It's Leviosa.
This relationship has been so restrained for so long.
There's a scene that we're shooting later this week that we should talk about once you've read it, because we're doing the kiss this week between Ron and Hermione. What? Doing the kiss between Ron and Hermione in the Chamber of Secrets.
This week? What?
They turn to each other and then they just kiss.
Cool moment.
It was almost like prepping them for a major sports event. You know, saying, okay guys, you can do this, it's going to be great.
And I was just really scared we were never going to get it because we just couldn't take it seriously.
Oh my god.
Well, everyone wanted to be on set for it because everyone was like, this is going to be good, guys. Like,
Let's go, let's go.
And Rupert's, I could almost on that first take, I saw Rupert's face explode with surprise because he thought it's only the first take.
Kind of think I
to remember your face.
Every time you talk about this, you make it sound like an actual horror show in your head.
It wasn't that bad. I know.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so cool.
Kissing Rupert is one of the hardest things. It just felt wrong. So wrong on every level because Dan, Rupert and I are so much siblings.
I understand. They know each other from their childhood, and after 10 years they kissing? What?
I was very, very shy, and I would never speak up in class. I wouldn't put my hand up for anything because I very much was him. Great story of Neville is that he's the champion.
Yeah. He is in real life is the same as Neville in Harry Potter.
But the thing that Harry Potter did for me, both as a story and as an actor in it, was that it helped me to find at first what I'm not. Harry's heart did beat for us, for all of us.
Let's go! Yeah.
I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful if Dan just grabbed Rafe and pulled him off this tower?
Come on, Tom.
This moment.
Just the way we started it.
We were shooting in cold months and the skies were grey.
Oh.
My forearm got so tight because this thing was running current in you that you had to...
As well as the physical challenge of making the film, is you're the one who's going to finish this. It has to go out on a high. It has to be meaningful. It has to resonate. It has to deliver.
Because this is the end.
Who are you?
Hello, my name is Emma Watson, playing the part of Hermione Granger.
Rather not be seen like this?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he doesn't like the clip in his hair.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you think?
So small children.
It feels absolutely fantastic.
Are you excited?
Very much so.
Hermione is look like now Emma Watson. She is the same. Like Harry Potter and Ron, we see how they become older, but face of Emma Watson, the same.
Weird things, even my name didn't feel like my name. I felt I only really knew how to do one thing.
Yeah.
I knew how to play Ron.
Ron was my favourite character.
Oh my god.
It was so cool being him in the film.
It always had to end at some point. We were never going to be doing this forever.
It's a very overwhelming thing because I've watched you grow up. We've watched each other grow up. We grew up together. We're family. We always will be. We don't need to see each other.
Oh my god.
We don't see each other. It's a strong bond that we'll always have, and we will always be part of each other's life. I love you. As a friend.
Okay.
It's true. The collective emotion was incredibly palpable. And for the people who'd supported them and had been there for them throughout. Everybody who'd seen them grow up.
All of us just holding each other. All three of us were like utterly devastated.
Everyone is crying.
It's so ingrained in me as well. Like I measure my life with these movies. If someone says like, "Oh, when did you pass your driving test?" I'm like, Order of the Phoenix.
I understand.
Like when things get really dark and times are really hard, stories give us places we can go where we can rest and feel
another world.
People who otherwise feel lonely, they feel they belong.
Don't give it to her.
Amazing world.
Most of the fans that come up and say hello to me now weren't even born when we made the film, so quickly makes me feel slightly.
But the fact that you get to see young children grow into adults and to see that journey on film, I don't think we've ever seen that before. I don't know if we'll ever see it again.
Yes, now there is no films like that.
My children are grown up during it, of course.
That is Robbie Coltrane, finest gamekeeper in Hogwarts, last day on Harry Potter.
The legacy of the movies is that my children's generation will show them to their children. So you could be watching it in 50 years.
Yeah.
Easy.
50 years, as I said.
Sadly. But
oh, Hagrid.
But Hagrid will. Yes.
Yes.
It's just the best, most amazing experience, isn't it? can't really explain to you, like, they're such good people. They both took the responsibility of it really seriously, and I appreciated that so much.
It was a very good 10 years.
It's true. Everyone is crying.
After all this time.
I really want to say that now there is no films like Harry Potter, like a lot of parts, and we can see how children become adults, become older, and now there is no films like that. It's really historical films. It's really historical. And after 50 years, it's not be only a history. People will really watch Harry Potter, and I really understand this, and you understand this, and everyone understand this. How many people are dead? How many people? But it's so big cultural heritage for people of my age group, for my parents' age group, for my children age group, for all this generation of people, for all of this. Before reactions, I don't want to watch Harry Potter. I thought like, oh, Harry Potter, it's for children, I don't want to watch it, I don't like films like that. And now, after all this history, I really watch 20 years anniversary, and I'm happy, I'm sitting and crying. Oh my god, when Emma Watson saying some things at the end, and everyone is crying. It's so powerful film, so powerful. My emotions are not for reactions, are not for you. It's my real emotions. It's for real, guys. So you can subscribe my channel, do some, and I have a Patreon where you can see my full reactions. Have a nice day, goodbye.